Hello, Holistic Chamber of Commerce family. Welcome to today's Member Spotlight. I have here with me Michelle Niemever, and she's going to tell us how to gain more time to do what we love. Who doesn't want to feel like they have more time in the day? A little quick information about Michelle. Her path brought her from being a highly creative, physical, and adventurous kid to a legal career and a marriage to a verbally abusive and broken man, to divorce, to professional burnout, to autoimmune disease, to learning to reclaim and change every aspect of her life. Whew, that's a lot. She became healthy, resilient, mindful, and adventurous, all while working less and loving more. Now she helps others do the same and helps businesses enable their people to be more productive and successful while being happier and healthier. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi, it's nice to meet you, Lori.
It sounds like you've been on quite the journey and have a lot of life experience to share with us today.
I look younger than the years I've packed it into.
That's great. All right, so Michelle has a little presentation for us, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that up for everyone, and I'm just going to hand it over to Michelle as she's prepared these beautiful slides for us to talk about the art of bending time.
Okay, so the reason that I call this thing the art of bending time, and I'll tell you that if you follow just what I tell you here today, you will gain about 10 hours of time to do more of the things you love without having to quit your day job. So I hope that you'll take some of that into account and move forward with it and have some fun while you're doing it. When's the last time you said, I don't have time? I know that when I was at a point of ultimate burnout, every time someone asked me to do something fun, the first words out of my mouth without even thought coming first were, I don't have time. I was so wrapped up in the busyness of my life that I didn't actually experience my life for several years. When did you last feel like this? And I love water, so you see some water here, but that lively, joyful, fun experience that you used to probably have every day when you were a kid, and as you got older, maybe it was once in a while, and you might have hit a point where you literally feel dead inside, or you're close, or you only get joy out of something here and there when you've planned for it months in advance, and it should be like this every day. How do you make that happen? Well, first of all, let me explain how I found my way to this. I was good in school, which I learned later is a double-edged sword, because when you're good in school, you're often shoehorned into the good in school things. And you're also sort of taught a fixed mindset just because that's how you're treated, which I found that was something that I had to learn about later. The things I was drawn to, I was very physical, I was very artistic, but those were things that as I got good in high school, I was told, oh no, there's no time for that art class anymore if you're going to be college bound and become a professional or whatever. I ended up going into law because I was a great writer and I enjoyed writing. I kind of enjoyed arguing with my teachers about my grades, and I had a teacher tell me I'd be a great lawyer. It kind of fit, but my personality isn't a lawyer personality, and from that perspective, it never felt right. However, I was really good at it, and it's easy to get trapped in something that doesn't fuel you because you're really good at it. There might be aspects that you love, and part of what I'm going to teach you here today is you need to hone in on those aspects and focus on that. I became highly stressed because of the work that I was doing, because of the lifestyle I was leading. As Lori mentioned, I was in a very, very stressful relationship for many years. That sort of put me in a place of chronic stress. And ultimately, a while after I got divorced, I really kind of just crashed after my divorce for a while. And as I was coming back from that, I felt like I was finally there. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. And I understood, as a lot of the people in this community do, that autoimmunity is something that can't just be treated with drugs a lot of what you do with autoimmunity to prevent it from recurring, to prevent it from really raging in your body, is to slow down, to learn to handle stress, to learn about things that just you get more in tune with yourself. And I did a lot of that. One of the things I did there was I went to IIN and I became a certified health coach. And I did that not to become a coach, but because I wanted to learn the holistic health methods, et cetera, for my own purposes, because I was on this journey of learning how to deal with this autoimmunity. However, what I ultimately learned was that this is something I really enjoy, the coaching part. And when I really looked at things, I realized that in every aspect of my world, as a lawyer, as a family member, as a friend, I've always had that piece in me that has coached people around me. So that's something that I decided to turn into a career. And in that process, I came up with this program, which I call the Art of Bending Time. So what is bending time? What I call bending time is the use of the same amount of minutes, hours, days, months, years that you have as everybody else, using that time in ways that are synergistic, that maximize your joy, that maximize your best results toward the purpose, whatever that is that you have, and the things that you really want to accomplish. You can spend a lot of time doing something that's pointless and stupid, and it won't move you forward. You can also spend 5 minutes doing something that's very impactful, and it'll make a big difference in your life. So the first stage, and Lori's face is on top of it, so I'll just tell you what it is. These are stages. There are 3 stages to the program. One of the stages I call busyness detox. That's the first stage. That's basically learning how to get out of that trap of I'm too busy, I don't have time, and being like a gerbil on a habit trail, just running the same program over and over, going through the motions. First, you get clear on what you want. What do you love? What makes you feel good? What makes you have joy in your life? I have some journal prompts for that sort of thing. There are a lot of different exercises you can do. The gist of it is you want to get very clear about who you are and what makes you tick, what really lights your fire and makes you happy and makes you feel like you're making a difference in the world, makes you feel connected and powerful and like you're having a great time. The next step is to get on top of your fitness, and the module I call Fitness and Fuel. It's really about the 3 major things that everybody knows they need to do, but most people don't, which is fueling your body with the right kinds of foods to keep you healthy, sleeping enough, and being physically fit, moving your body, actually sweating and moving and exercising your muscles and being flexible. Third module there is what I call Time Suck Ninja. And this is a game changer. Time Suck Ninja is about identifying your habits, that things like procrastination, the habits that you have where you avoid doing what's beneficial or what's going to move you forward for whatever reason. Maybe it's a fear thing. Maybe it's you're worried about what other people think. Everyone's different. Identifying those things and then creating new habit loops, finding ways to reward yourself for doing the things that are beneficial to you and help you move forward to those things that give you joy. Destroying distractions is another what I call Time Suck Ninja module, and that's basically about getting rid of those external time sucks, the things that aren't created by you. It might be physical distractions, it might be noise, it might be your kids coming in when you're trying to get something done, it might be having noise outside of where you're working. It might be sunshine in your eyes at a certain time of day and you just can't focus. Whatever those things are around you, you find a way to fix that. Building new habits, and this is huge, finding a way to have a beneficial morning and evening routine, creating habits that move you, again, like create a process that you're used to that's serving you and moving you forward. Your mindset muscle aspect of things is actually doing things like understanding that a growth mindset helps you more than a fixed mindset. For those of you who haven't done this before, a fixed mindset is when you're sort of taught that you're either smart or you're not. You're either good at math or you're not. You're athletic or you're not. And you have an idea that you can't learn and improve. You can learn and improve almost anything in your life. Obviously, you're not going to make yourself taller, but you could learn to use a ladder, for instance. There are things you can do that can expand your capabilities and make you better. Then we get into the really fun stuff. And the really fun stuff has to do with really taking those skills and making them into something that'll change your life. Defining your journey, deciding, okay, I've got 2 or 3 really huge, big, hairy goals, as I put it, things that I love, that I really want to do, and that for whatever reason, I haven't moved forward on those things. Now I'm going to take those things and I'm going to break them down. I'm going to analyze why I want to do them. What strengths do I have already? What weaknesses? What do I need to do? What are the risks of doing this? What are the benefits? And do I really want to do it? One of the things I've realized is that a lot of us come into this world sort of with our programming that tells us that certain goals are important, but they're not really important to us intrinsically. They're important because people told us they're important. And so we've been living our life thinking that this goal is something we want, or this goal is something that's important to achieve. And when you get down to it, when you get into your own clarity and knowing what you really want, sometimes you haven't accomplished that goal that you've been beating yourself up against, for years, because it's not something you really want. And owning that and moving forward in your life with the goals you do want is really huge. And it will save you a ton of time, and it'll free you up to do the things you want to do. Then you get into working with what I call the dream team. You literally sit down with these goals and you go, who do I know that's already done this? Who do I know that could help me with knowledge, with resources? Do I have a coworker whose spouse has done this? Do I know somebody in my building I live in? Whatever it is, and you expand your web and you get to know more people. And while you're telling other people about things, you'll be shocked at how many people you meet who actually have things that are aligned with you that you never even knew about it. And finally, you plan for the growth that you need to take action. So you look at the situation, you go, okay, you know what? I want to do X, but I need to learn more about something that'll help me be better at that. So you sign up, you take those lessons, or you go to that course, or whatever it is you do to learn what you need to learn. And of course, this process is ongoing. It's going to go on for the rest of your life. But as you're doing this, you're expanding, you're moving forward and up and out and expanding your life. And it's becoming happier and more fulfilled. You're going to have more joy every day. And you're going to feel better about what you're doing with the time that you have. So right now in my business, what I'm doing is I do this program as a workshop in corporate settings, as one-on-one and group coaching, and sometimes in keynotes. So I'll be able to work with people in those different environments. If there's a team that needs help, for instance, there are ways that I can customize the program to help people in different settings and help businesses reach their goals as well as individuals. So that's the gist of The Art of Bending Time. I hope that some of those tips have helped you with moving forward with better use of your own time. And Lori, I wanted to open up if there are any questions.
I don't particularly have any questions. Just if someone wants to get in touch with you for more information, I know you have a QR code here, but I'd like to put something in the comments. So do you want people
Yeah, what I would do, and I'm going to show you one more slide. That slide has my phone number. It's my direct personal phone number. So let me get to that too. It's right there on the presentation. And what I would recommend is, I will say, part of how I do protect my own time is I don't answer phone calls from people I don't know. I get too many of them, but I do call back everybody who leaves me a voicemail and tells me why they're calling. So, or sends me a text and tells me who they are and why they're calling. So feel free to reach out to me using that phone number. And I'm happy to talk to anybody from the HCC about what I'm doing or about questions that they may have.
Okay, and you're going to put that number up here?
Yeah, it's the next slide. So, and this one, just so you know, the QR code's the same for both. The QR code will lead you to what I consider my most time-saving trick in the kitchen, which is the best salad I've ever had in my life, that you can make a bunch of it, stick it in your fridge, and it doesn't die for 4 or 5 days. So it stays delicious. It's this wonderful kale and cabbage and cauliflower and broccoli. It's a detox salad and it's absolutely delicious. So, feel free to grab that on the QR code and you can get the salad. And otherwise, and I'm going to just get rid of that. Oops, no, I'm not. Anyway.
Do you want it back up?
Yeah, let's get it back up. For some reason, this, there. Okay, so yeah, I had like a page mover thing in front of it. I wasn't sure if that's what everybody was seeing or not, but anyway, the salad is great. Leave your email address and it'll automate. There's an automated system that'll send that to you so that you'll get a copy of it. And I do plan to do a webinar for free sometime soon. And whoever's on that email list, I'll make sure that they get the notification of that so that if they want to go deeper on this, they can.
So just to clarify, you said you work mostly with corporations. So are those the people that mostly contact you, or if someone's like an individual and not a corporation and is interested in your methods a little bit, can they reach out to you as well?
Of course, and I have a one-on-one coaching program there's a part of it is online and part of it is it's 12 weeks. So there's a coaching session one-on-one after you go through each module, and that I can do with individuals or I can do it with groups. It makes a little bit of difference on price. And frankly, I think sometimes groups are a better idea because people tend to learn from each other. I find it's a really nice environment to do that with. But yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay, very good. And I want to thank Barry for tuning in. He said that you had some great information, and thank you. So we had
thank you, Barry.
Yeah, listening. And is there any last little nugget of wisdom you want to share with people before we end our time here today?
I think the one piece of wisdom that I would love to share is that in everything you do, try to be present as often as you can. And I know this is something that you hear a lot, but a lot of people, especially with technology, are not living that in this moment. And it's just so important to be present with the people that you're with, to be present in nature when you're in nature, to work out and feel your body moving and be aware of that, not the television that's on the wall or there's so much to be stressed out about and so much to be really just distracted by. And you can choose to eliminate that. When you choose to eliminate that, your life gets quieter and your time becomes more efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I concur. Thank you, Michelle, for being on here with us today and for sharing your knowledge and experience and wisdom. Those of you that are interested in learning more about Michelle, please give her a call. She generously put her phone number up on here for you to contact her, but leave her a voicemail because I get it too. I get so many spam calls. If you don't leave me a voicemail, I am not calling you back. So
and I do not let the distraction machine rule my life. So,
yes.
Just be aware. I do respond to messages and I do respond to voicemails. I literally have my phone set not to accept calls from people who aren't in my contacts because it's
too much.
It would keep me going all day.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching, and we will see you in the next Member Spotlight or at a Holistic Chamber event. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.